The Judiciary of the Gambia officially launched the commemoration of the 2025 legal year on Sunday, with President Adama Barrow presiding over the opening ceremony at the High Court complex in Banjul. A long-standing tradition since 1982, the legal year serves as a platform for the judiciary to reflect on its achievements and challenges, while outlining strategies for improving justice delivery. This year's activities include the annual call to the bar ceremony, judicial training seasons, and the swearing of new judges. Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow announced the completion of an electronic case management system, with staff training already conducted. The next phase will involve training judges and legal practitioners, extending internet connectivity within the law complex, and piloting the system before full implementation later this year. In a bid to address judicial backlogs, the Judicial Service Commission has appointed 3 first-class magistrates and deployed 3 legal researchers as hurricane magistrates to handle pending judgments and complex criminal cases. Their remuneration will be performance-based, linked to the number of cases resolved. President Barrow reaffirmed his government's commitment to addressing injustice from the 22 years rule of former President Yahya Jammeh. He emphasized that following the release of the 2022 White Paper, mechanisms have been put in place to ensure justice for victims and accountability for human rights violators.
These efforts are essential to rebuilding trust and fostering a reconciled and united nation. Along these lines, the recent approval by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Authority of Heads of State and Government to establish the Special Tribunal is an other remarkable achievement. The tribunal will investigate and prosecute gross human rights violations and international crimes committed during the previous regime, running from July 1994 through to January 2017. This decision is to make sure that there is justice for the victims and survivors of the human rights abuses committed during that period.
Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow acknowledged the dedication of judicial officers in managing an ever-increasing workload despite numerous challenges.
Each magistrate, each trial judge in this jurisdiction has an average of 150 cases at any time to hear and determine. And many judicial officers exceed this figure significantly. And each of these cases, none of them is a small case, because each of these cases requires equal diligence, equal fair hearing, and equal due process, no matter the nature of the claim. And the cases continue to flow into the system. The majority of civil cases, for instance, arising in the West Coast region relate to land disputes, which are often more complex and take considerable time to resolve. Judicial officers continue to try their best amidst many challenges to cope with this immense workload, which is continuously on the increase.
Honorable Dauda A. Jallow, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, highlighting the government's steadfast commitment to combating sexual and gender-based violence through targeting prosecutions and extensive public awareness campaigns.
These efforts are significantly will strengthen our capacity to combat this heinous crime. Gambia's consecutive Tier 2 ranking in the U.S. State Department's of Trafficking in Persons report are a testament to our unwavering commitment to eradicating human trafficking. National Agency for Legal Aid had made remarkable strides in expanding access to justice. In 2024, NALA's mobile legal aid clinics reached over 50 communities, empowering citizens, particularly those in marginalized areas, with essential legal knowledge and support. NALA's efforts to reduce prolonged pretrial detention have also been critical in safeguarding due process and rights of detainees.
Nene MC Cham, President of the Gambia Bar Association, advocates for legal rights to represent all clients, including those with grievance against the government, which had been unfairly labeled as adversary to the state.
Gambia Bar Association, through its members, continues to provide legal representation to those whose rights are infringed, challenge provisions of the law we consider unjust, and suggest necessary reforms. Our members must be able to represent their clients, including those with grievances against the government, without getting labeled as being against the government, as had been in the case in the previous dispensation.
In 2021, the American Bar Association launched a 5-year U.S. aid-funded initiative to support the Gambia's transition towards a more democratic and accountable governance system. Titled Promoting Rights and Justice in the Gambia, the project provides technical experts, advisory support, and capacity building for the justice sector, aiming to enhance public access to quality legal services and strengthen the enforcement of legal rights. Reporting for Kirfatu, I am Ramatulai Jao.